accusers. Police business.
Welcome aboard, Toronto Constabulary. Where might we find Mr. McFarlane?
Upstairs in the lounge. Happy Victoria Day. God save the King.
Please try to smile, Amy. For your father's sake, if not for mine. Honestly, been acting strangely all day.
I'm sorry, I'm such a disappointment.
Gentlemen, Inspector.
Mr. McFarlane.
Detective. May I present my wife, Elizabeth, my daughter, Amy, and her fiancé, my Chief Financial Officer, Owen Mathers.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleasure. Gentlemen, a moment.
Ladies.
It's probably nothing, but I received this morning. I believe it to be Hans Bolding's Death and the Maiden.
How is this a threat?
Sir, this is the maiden voyage on Lake Ontario.
Are you sure you should sail?
I have to. Some of the city's most prominent citizens are on board.
Why might someone send you this?
I don't know.
Someone with a grudge, perhaps?
Sir, I'm a successful man. I have more enemies than I do friends. I'm sorry. It is probably nothing, but I just thought it best to inform you.
All aboard! Waste of bloody time, if you ask me.
I don't disagree, sir. It seems a vague threat at best. Perhaps we should stay aboard, sir.
It's a bloody postcard.
It's best to be prudent.
Bloody hell. Thank you.
Doing here?
Official business. The owner of the ship received a distressing message. Possibly a threat.
Death and the Maiden. I see. It's rather oblique as threats go.
It's probably nothing.
But you stayed on board?
I thought it prudent, just in case.
Of course.
I also... I haven't seen much of you lately, Julia.
I know. It's just with everything that's happened. His court case isn't even over yet.
It's due process. James Gillies will hang for what he did. His lawyers are just stalling the inevitable.
I just want this chapter of our lives to be over. I want us to start afresh.
As do I.
Tell me who you were talking to.
It's none of your business.
I'm sorry, I'm making a complete fool of myself.
It's quite all right.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Keep it.
The torment of young love.
I suppose.
I've always loved being on a boat. The cries of the seagulls, the feeling of the breeze against your skin. It's so romantic.
Isn't it?
Get overboard! Sound the alarm!
Dr. Grace.
Annie Taylor is in town for a lecture. Would you like to go?
Who's Annie Taylor?
Oh, Higgins, do you read the paper?
She's a 63-year-old woman who just went over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
Unfortunately, Detective Murdoch has asked me to remain at the station.
Whatever for? It's our first Victoria Day. You should have the day off.
Well, the constabulary never rests, Dr. Grace, particularly on official holidays.
I'm free to escort you if you'd like.
No, Henry, you won't. If I have to say, so do you.
I think he's making advances.
What, Higgins? No, I'm sure he's just trying to be gallant.
Higgins.
You were on the lower deck,
I was getting some air.
and you heard Miss McFarland scream.
From above, yeah.
Did you see her go in the water?
Yes,
So you sounded the alarm.
that's right.
Thank you.
Did your daughter swim?
No, sir. She never took to the water. Miss McFarland, terribly sorry to have to ask this, but is it possible your daughter committed suicide?
Never. She was to be married. She had her whole life in front of her. Excuse me, gentlemen, I have to return to my wife.
Again, terribly sorry.
One just doesn't fall off a boat, Μέρντοχ. She either chucked herself overboard or someone did it for her.
Good day.
We argued. What of it?
What was the argument about?
I'm afraid that's a private matter.
It's not private anymore.
Where were you when your fiancé fell overboard?
I was inside in my cabin.
Any witnesses?
Are you suggesting I had something to do with this?
The incident occurred shortly after an argument with you. Now again, what was the argument about?
I saw her with another man this afternoon on the quay.
Who was it?
I never saw his face. They broke apart when they saw me coming.
That made you suspicious.
I confronted her and we argued. That's the truth, gentlemen, and that's all I'll say of it. Good day.
It will calm your nerves, Mrs. McFarland.
I've known Owen for nearly 10 years. He came to work for my firm right out of college. He had nothing to do with this.
Is it possible your daughter had another suitor? Owen mentioned seeing her with another man.
No. It is not possible. They were.
I'm sorry. This is all they were able to retrieve.
Thank you.
It's hers. Oh, Clarence.
Sir?
The hat pin is still in place, sir. So, the force as she hit the water would have bent the pin, torn the straw weave, or pulled it out altogether. Yet, no stress has been applied to this pin whatsoever.
She didn't fall in.
I can only say with certainty that this hat was not on her head when it went in the water.
You said you saw a woman fall in.
I thought I did.
You thought?
I saw something out of the corner of my eye.
Did you see her in the water?
No, I just...
Bloody hell, son, then why did you shout man overboard?
I didn't. Well, someone yelled it from above. I just rang the alarm.
I don't understand. Are you saying Amy is still alive?
It's possible.
Perhaps this is what the death in the maiden postcard was about. Amy is the maiden?
Steward,
Sir.
my daughter may still be on board. Have every cabin, every room searched.
Right away.
She's been kidnapped. That's the only possible explanation for all of this.
There is one other. She could be involved in this herself.
Elizabeth, how can you possibly suggest
Clarence,
that right now?
she's no angel. You know her
She was young
past.
and she was foolish. She's over it now. She's engaged to a fine young man. If she's kidnapped for any reason, it's for my money. Detective, what is it?
It would be most helpful if I could communicate with my station house.
I believe we can help you with that. The ship is equipped with a wireless telegraph.
Wireless. Well, that's marvelous.
Steward, the detective has a message he would like to relay, please.
Henry, we just received a telegraph from Detective Murdoch.
What did he want?
Well, he wants us to look into the background of an Amy McFarlane. Higgins, Detective Murdoch is on a ship. We just received this telegraph from a ship. Oh, my goodness, George, a ship? Is that even possible? Why, yes, it is, Henry, because they sent this telegraph through the air. Through the air, George. How did they manage that? Well, let me tell you...
George, I've heard of wireless telegraphy.
Well, Henry, how can you be so completely lacking in awe? We're no longer constrained by wires now. We can send messages over electromagnetic waves that spread in all directions.
So doesn't that mean that everybody can receive everyone else's messages?
Well, perhaps that's true, but that might be a good thing. I might have something to say that I want the whole world to hear.
Yes, yes. You and everyone else, George. Just think of all the birds outside your window tweeting at once.
I think the word is twittering, Henry. But you might be right. This doesn't pretend well.
We help you, ma'am.
Yes. My name is Annie Taylor.
The Annie... the woman who went over Niagara Falls in a barrel?
The same.
Aren't you supposed to be at a lecture?
I can't give a lecture without my barrel. It's what people want to see.
And where exactly is your barrel?
If I knew, would I be talking to you?
You think Amy was involved?
How could someone have secreted her away from the top deck of a crowded ship?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that someone arranged their own kidnapping.
It's hard to imagine she would put her parents through this ordeal.
Hello? May we help you?
My name's Doreen Jarvis. I'm a friend of Amy McFarlane's. I think I may have seen her.
Where?
She was headed down to the lower decks. For some reason, she was wearing a maid's uniform.
Which way did she go?
It appeared she was going to the cargo hold.
What time was this?
Around 5:30?
You saw her after the man overboard alarm was sounded?
Yes.
Miss McFarlane?
Amy?
Amy? Miss McFarlane?
Madam, look at this.
It's not her.
Then who the bloody hell is this?
You know this man?
No, I've never seen him before, no.
Gunshot, Doctor?
We'll need to perform a post-mortem to be sure.
You can use our sick bay. No one is to know about this.
Neville Morton.
I could feel myself rocking back and forth. It was almost peaceful. And then the floor dropped out.
And what was the landing like?
Let me tell you. Anyone gives you the choice of going over Niagara Falls or getting hit on the head with a hammer, take the hammer.
That bad, hmm?
Hurt so much I wished I had died. But I survived, which means I still have to make a living. So could we get back to my barrel?
Yes, of course. Mrs. Taylor, can you tell me the last place you saw your barrel?
I was in the lobby of the Empire Hotel signing autographs. The barrel was taken backstage by a couple of young men.
Well, what did these young men look like?
Oh, it wasn't them that stole my barrel. It was my no-good manager. And I know where you can find him.
Ah, Higgins.
We've just received another telegram from Detective Murdoch. He wants information on a Neville Morton.
What about my barrel?
Mrs. Taylor, we will bring your manager in presently.
Core body temperatures dropped less than 2 degrees. I'd estimate he's been dead about an hour.
So 6 o'clock. Right. And the murder weapon?
It was an implement about 1/4 inch wide and at least 5 inches long. Pierced the left ventricle.
How peculiar. Good work, Doctor.
Please, I haven't lost my touch.
What is it?
Some kind of tool would be my guess.
Something there?
I've found our murder weapon.
It's a screwdriver.
Sir, this is my handkerchief.
How did it get here?
I gave it to Amy McFarland.
I don't understand. Are you saying that my daughter is a murderer?
The handkerchief I gave her was used to wipe blood from the murder weapon. She was seen going into the cargo hold shortly before the murder.
No, not my Amy.
Now, I have no proof that she is the killer, but clearly she's involved somehow. The very fact that we're unable to locate her would indicate she's in hiding.
Well, if she's in hiding from anybody, it's from whoever killed this Morton fella.
You've received a telegram, Detective.
Thank you.
Neville Morton?
He spent some time in jail.
Setting off a bomb in a bank.
Not just once. He's a professional.
A bomber on board.
It would appear the threat to your ship could be real.
It might be time to tell us about the people who do hold a grudge against you.
There is one on board. Linus Calvert. He runs a ferry to Rochester, and this ship is going to put him out of business.
Will his boat put me out of business? Probably. I should have scuttled my boat while I had the chance.
Scuttled?
Sometimes I think an insurance claim is the only way to make money in this business. As for his boat, it's too big for the market, and McFarland spent too much bringing it here.
But he is your competition.
I suppose. But if I was going to blow up a boat, do you think I'd be sailing on it?
Good point. So what's the connection to Amy McFarland?
Neville Morton? Sorry, I've never heard of him. Did he have dark hair?
Why do you ask? Miss Jarvis, if you have information...
I think Amy was seeing someone. I didn't know his name, I only saw him from a distance.
She admitted this to you?
Not in so many words. She was being very secretive about it, and I was disinclined to pry. But I do know that Amy wanted to break off her engagement with Owen. She just didn't know how to tell her parents.
Is that what this was all about? The fake drowning and what have you? She was going to run off with the bloke.
It seems a reasonable theory.
I don't know, William. Is it reasonable that she would have her parents grieve her death rather than suffer disappointment over her choice of marital partner?
But he wasn't just any kind of bloke. He was an ex-convict.
I agree, it does seem a bit drastic, but it would go a long way to explaining her behavior.
Who bloody cares about her behavior? How did Loverboy end up in the bottom of a trunk?
May I speak with the parents?
It's not possible. To have us think she was dead.
He had spent some time in jail, Mrs. McFarland.
I don't care. She's our daughter, and she loves us.
She knows that we'd forgive her.
She was seeing another man. I knew nothing about it.
But you said you saw her with another man just today.
I saw her talking to another man. I only became suspicious when she wouldn't tell me who it was.
Your whereabouts in the quarter hours before and after 6 o'clock?
In my cabin.
Alone?
I think you can appreciate I wasn't in the mood to make a pretense of sociability.
This man that you saw her with, did he have dark hair?
Yes.
Detective Murdoch, this maid's hat was found on the cargo hold. I thought it odd.
Why is that?
Maids don't go to the lower deck.
Hold it right there. Stop! Police! You!
I was taking my break.
So you thought you'd take a stroll down to the cargo hold and just have a wander around, did you?
That's right.
You were about to open up a trunk. What were you expecting to find in there?
A dead body, perhaps?
Dead body? What are you talking about? What's happened to Amy?
Amy? What do you know about Miss McFarland?
Where is she?
Where is she supposed to be?
In the trunk. That was the plan.
What plan? Bloody hell. You and Miss McFarland.
It was the only way.
Her folks would never understand. A person like me?
It was you who yelled man overboard.
She hid in the air intake. I left clothes for her.
A maid's uniform.
She used to make her way to the cargo hold and hide in the trunk until we reached Rochester. And then we would run away.
How does Neville Morton fit into all this?
Who?
Do you believe him?
I'm inclined to.
I suppose it's one thing for a daughter to marry below her station.
Quite another for her to marry a Red Indian.
Her family never would have permitted it.
Well, if she's on this ship somewhere, let's find her.
I invested in you.
Just because you're my manager, it doesn't give you the right to my damn barrel.
I didn't take your damn barrel.
Liar!
You know what? I wish I had taken it. Then I could sell it and get you off my back.
Constable Crabtree?
You two, excuse me for a moment, and no fisticuffs.
I bet that was your plan all along. Send me over the falls and extort me out of my meager earnings.
Good God, woman, will you get a hold of yourself? Please tell me this is important. What is it, Dr. Grace?
Shelley's missing.
Somebody took a body?
Shelley, my skeleton.
Oh, I didn't know she had a name.
It's a he.
You named him Shelley?
After the poet. Dead poet, skeleton. What does it matter? I went to a lot of work to put him together. Every bone, every phalange, screwed, drilled, wired. And now someone has just helped themselves to him.
All right, do you know if they took anything else?
Not that I could tell.
Emily, I promise I will get to the bottom of... Jackson, what's the problem? You look flustered.
Someone stole my helmet.
Well, someone stole my skeleton.
Your what?
Oh, wait. A barrel, a skeleton, and a copper's top.
She's to be my wife.
Gentlemen, the steward asked us to come immediately.
Yes, we just received a very disturbing telegram. Apparently there are bombs on board set to detonate at midnight.
May I see the telegram?
I don't have it. Owen, I gave it to you.
No, I don't have it.
Damn it, man.
What exactly did the telegram say?
That there are 2 bombs on board the ship.
2?
The ship is compartmentalized. If 1 bomb were to go off, we could seal that section and possibly save the ship, but 2...
Then we evacuate this tub as quickly as possible.
My daughter's still on board this ship. If the bomb goes off,
How long would it take to evacuate all of the passengers?
20 minutes, 30 at the most.
It's almost 10:30. We have 1 hour to find 2 bombs. You better put the crew on standby. Right. The bombs will be placed below the waterline.
Well, that's the entire lower deck here. In the middle of the engine and boiler rooms. On the side are 2 utility corridors, and either end of the ship, bow and stern, are cargo holds.
We'll need to split up.
I'll take the engine room.
I'll take the bow.
Good. Nothing. Nothing on this side. He could be in any one of these.
Nothing in the engine and boiler rooms.
The bow is clear. Are you sure? Have you checked the utility rooms?
It's all clear. There's no bomb.
Bloody hell. Is this some sort of Victorian Day prank then?
Could the bombs be between the hulls?
Oh, God, they could be anywhere.
No, the bomber would have needed to work away from prying eyes.
So the cargo holds, then?
What are we looking for, Μέρντοχ?
Some sort of removable plate. Wait. That's why the bomber needed the special screwdriver.
This screwdriver, where is it?
The sick bay.
I'll go.
Good lad.
A Red Indian? No. Impossible. She would never do that to me.
Do you?
I would never permit such a marriage.
Mrs. McFarlane, your daughter is hiding somewhere on this boat, hoping that you think she's dead. Are you saying that she made the right choice?
Sir, here, sir. Got the screwdriver. Give it to me. We found it, sir. It's set for midnight.
Just like they said it would be. We need to chuck this bomb overboard.
But, sir, this is just the timing mechanism. The rest of the bomb is located somewhere else in the hull. We'll have to disarm it.
How do you know which wires to cut?
Doesn't really matter.
All right. What time is it?
It's 10:55. We've got an hour and 5 minutes.
One more to go. Sir, take that side. Sir, over here. This one's set for 11.
But it's 11 now.
Run!
Everyone out! We have to seal the door! Hurry, get out! Let's go, run!
Is anyone hurt?
You took a bit of a hit there, McFarlane.
It's nothing.
Well, come on, lads. Seal it. We can stop the ship from sinking.
That's as far as it'll go. It won't close.
Get out of the way, son. Let the dog see the rabbit. He's right. He's stuck.
It's not stuck, sir. It's broken. If we can't close the seal...
The ship sinks, yes.
The passengers. We have to get the passengers off.
I'll send the distress signal. What the hell just happened there, Doc? Why was the bomb set to off at 11 instead of midnight?
I don't know, but I'd very much like to get my hands on that telegram.
Bloody hell, Murdoch. The ship's sinking and you want to read a damn telegram?
Alarm, everyone to deck, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. We need to get off this ship pretty quickly, so if you could all behave in an orderly fashion, and gentlemen, please let the ladies off first. Thank you.
Have you found it? Not yet, I'm sorry.
William! Are you all right? I heard there was an explosion.
I'm fine, but the ship is sinking.
Sinking? Have you found Amy?
You need to get off the ship. Get to a lifeboat now.
Not without you.
Julia.
I said not without you.
Fine, come on.
I sent a distress telegram. It was received.
Good, good. May I see the transcript of the telegram you received warning about the bomb?
The what?
The telegram about the bomb.
I received a total of 8 messages. 2 were from Station House 4, and 6 were messages of congratulations, but none of them said anything about a bomb.
Are you sure?
I would have noticed.
Elizabeth, I beg you. I beg you, please.
We can't abandon her.
I will, sir. Come with me. Elizabeth, please get on the lifeboat.
What about Amy?
Julia, could you please assist her?
Of course.
No! Not without my daughter.
Elizabeth. Fine. Mr. McFarlane, why did you not show me the telegram?
Why in blazes are you bringing this up right now? My daughter is missing. My ship is sinking.
No. Because there is no telegram. Mr. McFarlane here made the whole thing up.
Off of me.
He set the bombs himself.
This is absurd. Why would I sink my own ship?
For the insurance money. It was the only way you'd be able to recoup all that you've spent on this ship.
And you reported the threats to throw suspicion off of you.
Well, if I wanted to sink my ship, why would I tell you about the bombs?
Because your daughter went missing. And when that happened, you needed us to find her before the bombs went off. You didn't know where they were. You hired Neville Morton to set the bombs.
And then you killed him to stop him from talking.
Why would I kill him? He's the only one who knows where the bombs are.
I believe you had an accomplice.
Well,
Sir, Mr. McFarlane isn't the only one who lied about the telegram.
What are you doing?
Owen. He's your partner. The only other person who knew about your financial troubles. He hired Neville Morton, an expert, to set the bombs.
Why would he kill him? Because Morton was witness to Owen's involvement.
Your daughter Amy was below decks. She saw what happened.
Well, then why would he set the bomb to go off early?
So the only other witness would go down with the ship.
Oh, my God. He knows where she is.
Where's my daughter? Where is she?
Where is she? What's your brother?
No! No!
Where is she?
Where could she be? Where could someone hide her?
Well, he wouldn't have dragged her upstairs, would he?
No, he would have kept her down below, but the question is... What is that?
Someone's tapping on a pipe.
Amy?
That must be this pipe here.
Where does it lead to?
The bow cargo hold. The one currently filling with water.
This is all my fault, you know. She knew I would never let her marry him. She knew it.
Mrs. McFarlane, please, just get on the boat.
bloody hell do you think you're doing, Doctor?
should go, Mr. McFarlane.
Stuart, tell the ladies. Grab the detective, lads.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
Well, get in.
No, sir. Get off my ship.
Clarence. Please.
Mr. McFarlane, get in the boat.
Clarence.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
Daddy, don't.
Every year at the end of term, you fraternity chaps like to have a little fun, don't you? But to do such on Victoria Day, a day for showing respect for our dear deceased monarch. It's not a day for this type of tomfoolery or rascality or ballyhoo.
Constable.
Or shenanigans.
George, if you've damaged Shelley...
We're sorry. We were going to give it back honestly. Please, sir, if my father found out...
Never let it be said George Crabtree's not a fair man. You lads will wash this police station from top to bottom. And your parents need not know about this little incident. And you will write a letter of apology to Miss Taylor.
Thank you, sir.
And if there's any more of this waggery or devilment, that's enough. Get out.
Thank you, George.
Dr. Grace, I would always grant you some leniency for mischievery or prankishness or brouhaha, especially brouhaha.
I knew Clarence was worried, especially when they delayed the dredging of the Welland Canal. He and Owen even had brochures printed. Passage to Chicago, the entire Great Lakes.
But without the canal...
He would have gone broke. Even his competition thought so.
Scuttling the ship was his only recourse.
I can't believe he and Owen did this. I almost lost my daughter.
But you haven't. Not yet.
Is there anything else?
Not for now. I'll get one of my constables to see you home, Mom.
Thank you.
This way.
It would appear I have to thank you, your penchant, for not listening to me as, once again...
I'm just so glad you're safe, Philip.
You saved my life, Julia.
Tit for tat, I suppose.
Dr. Ogden! You never cease to surprise me.
However do you mean, Inspector?
Well, my best man was in dire straits, and you took it as an opportunity for a spot of canoodling.
It's called mouth-on-mouth resuscitation, Inspector. A technique employed by Swiss doctors to resuscitate babies. I did it only to save William's life.
Of course you did, Dr. Ogden. Of course you did.